Today was a good day. Today was a good day. I was feeling fine. I was feeling fine. Oh, today was a good day. Today was a good day. And the sun did shine. And the sun did shine. Well, yesterday was stormy. There were gray clouds everywhere. Sure was hard to get moving with the thunder pinning me to my chair. But today was a good day. Today was a good day. I was feeling fine. Oh, today was a good day. And the sun did shine. You never know what tomorrow will bring. Trouble seems to run in packs. Worries, crises, miseries, knocking us on our back. But today was a good day. I was feeling fine. Oh, today was a good day. And the sun did shine. Not gonna fret about tomorrow. Somehow I'll get out of bed. Pay some bills, play some songs, get those hungry kids fed. 'Cause today was a good day. I was feeling fine. Oh, today was a good day. Today was a good day. And the sun did shine. And the sun did shine. Never know. Oh, I already did that one. You never. What's the one I forgot? Hang on. So hard to stay in the here and now. My mind makes me run all around. Rat race, fast-paced craziness. I wanna slow things down. Just gotta take things one day at a time. No way to plan ahead. I thought I'd have a storybook life. Got a few surprises instead. But today was a good day. I was feeling fine. Oh, today was a good day. And the sun did shine. Yeah, today was a good day. Today was a good day. Today was a good day. Just in time. We just finished one song. You're off the hook. That was awesome, ladies.
Thank you.
So that song is called Blues Light because it's too optimistic to be true. Hi! How are you guys? Well, is everybody enjoying the fact that it's summer? Yeah. Alrighty. And we are going to do a song in honor of the summer. And this song, no matter what I play, all you got to do is sing, oh yeah. Okay? And then we're going to put your ideas of what you love about the summer in it. Okay? Well, summer is here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Summer is here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Summer is here. Summer is here. Summer is here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Days are nice and warm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Days are nice and warm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Days are nice and warm. Days are nice and warm. Days are nice and warm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And here we are at the library. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we are at the library. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we are at the library. Here we are at the library. Here we are at the library. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So somebody tell me something you like about the summer. We're gonna put it into the song. Yes, sir. What do you like? Going with your daddy. Okay. Going with your daddy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Going with your daddy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Going with your daddy. Going with your daddy. Going with your daddy. Oh yeah. What else? What else? What else? Yeah. What do you like about the summer? Going to your mom. And your dad's. Going to mom and dad's. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Going to mom and dad's. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Going to mom and dad's. Going to mom and dad's. Going to mom and dad's. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Anything else? Gotta be more things you guys like about the summer. Yeah.
The beach.
Going to the beach. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Going to the beach. Oh yeah. Going to the beach. Going to the beach. Going to the beach. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What else?
No school.
No school. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No school. Oh yeah. No school. No school. No school. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have to admit that when I was a teacher, that was what I was always singing too. So what were you going to say? What would you like us to put in? Going swimming. Gonna go swimming. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gonna go swimming. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gonna go swimming. Gonna go swimming. Gonna go swimming. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. What about you guys? What do you love about the summer?
The weather.
Weather is nice. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Weather is nice. Oh yeah. Weather is nice. Weather is nice. Weather is nice. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What about you? Probably not.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Gonna eat some ice cream. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gonna eat some ice cream. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gonna eat some ice cream. Gonna eat some ice cream. Gonna eat some ice cream. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Summer is here. Oh yeah. Summer is here. Oh yeah. Summer is here. Summer is here. Summer is here. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yay. Awesome singing. All right. So, anybody want to shake some shakers while we're doing the
I
next
do.
song? All right. Come on up. Come on up and get some shakers. Right there. You can take some. Take whatever colors you want. You got 2 hands. You can take 2. Bring some to your dad. He's probably too shy to come up and get some. Awesome. All right. So here's the thing. I think that summer is also a time to have adventures. Okay. Now, sometimes people think the only way you can have an adventure is if you have lots of money and you can go far places. But really, in the summertime, we have time to imagine things. So we can go wherever we want in our imagination, right? We don't need a lot of money for that. And we can get to where we're going however we want. We could ride a unicorn. We could ride a dragon. Is that a shark on your shirt? We could ride a shark. Alrighty. You can get there any way you want. And you guys decide what you want to see there. So you got to decide where you want to go, how you want to get there, and what you want to see there. Alrighty? So you got 3 things. So, Debbie, right? Yeah. Okay, where would you like to go? If you get money is no issue, time is no issue, responsibilities are no issue.
Reality.
Being an adult, reality is no issue.
I would love to go to France.
To France.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you like to get there?
On a ship.
On a ship. And what would you like to see there or do there? Relax.
And read a book.
And read a book. Any particular place in France? Are you like talking the French Riviera? I mean,
don't know.
on the beach?
Let's just go with France.
Okay. We don't care where we are as long as we're in France. All right, so
Without
this
any responsibilities.
So this is how the song goes. So the rest of you will know what you're going to be plugging in, okay? Going on an adventure. We're going to have some fun. Kelly, where do you want to go?
Here.
Right here. A library? Do you want to be at the library?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I love it. A person who lives in the present. Okay. And how do you want to get here? Oh, on a shark. Okay, on a shark. Good. We're going to ride on a shark. Cool. That's going to look really interesting on the streets of West Salem. All right. We're riding on a shark. And what are we going to see here at the library? Books. Okay, here we go. You all probably can sing it with me already. We're going on an adventure. We're gonna have some fun. We're climbing on a shark. We're gonna ride into the sun. We're going to the library. We're gonna ramble and roam. We're gonna see a lot of books till it's time to come back home. It's not time to come home. Who's got one? Who else has an idea of where they would go? Where would you like to go? To the beach. Okay. How? And go on a boat to the beach. Awesome. And what are we going to see at the beach?
A whole bunch of sea animals and swimmers.
Sea animals and swimmers.
And the sun.
And what else?
And the sun.
And the sun. Ooh, that's a lot of
And
eating.
sand.
Oh dear. Okay, it's getting longer and longer. All right, here we go. We're going on an adventure. We're gonna have some fun. We're getting on a boat. We're gonna sail into the sun. We're going to the beach. We're gonna ramble and roam. We're gonna see the sea animals and the swimmers and the sand and the sun. Till it's time to come back home. It's not time to come home. Do you have an idea? Where do you want to go? To the jungle. Awesome. All right. Good one. Good one. All right. How do you want to get there? We're going to ride a dragon. Cool. What are we going to see there? Any particular animal you really love? Tiger. Here we go. Going on an adventure. Gotta have some fun. We're getting on a dragon. We're gonna fly into the sun. We're going to the jungle. We're gonna ramble and roam. Gonna see a lot of tigers till it's time to come back home. It's not time, ladies. Where are we going?
I don't know where are we going, Kelly? We're going to. No, that's late. We're going to Disney World.
Disney World.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How are we gonna get there?
Public transportation.
Public transportation. How incredibly responsible of you. Is there any public transportation from West Salem?
Oh, great. Hey, that reality doesn't count.
All right, no. I was just curious. That is all. You're right. All right, public transportation.
Great conversation here.
Is there? All right then. I should be less questioning. Okay. And what do you want to see in Disney World?
You know what? No.
We're changing where we're going.
No, we're still at Disney. That's what makes it weird. We're gonna see Kelly help me out here. I don't know.
We could have
Kelly's mom at Disney. We're gonna see Kelly's mom at Disney.
Okay.
You're not going
I was going to say we should consult with Michael because I bet he knows who's at Disney, right?
Goofy.
Mickey
Space
Mouse.
Mountain, Splash Mountain, Mount Everest.
So we're going to see Kelly's mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kelly.
Here we go. Going on an adventure. We're going to have some fun. We're getting on a public Okay, how are we gonna get there?
On a plane.
On a plane. And what are we gonna see there?
Leprechaun.
Oh, good. I'm hoping we see the leprechaun. All right, can you guys sing it with me now? And put on your airplane wings, okay? We're going on an adventure. We're gonna have some fun. We're getting in an airplane. We're gonna fly to the sun. We're going to Ireland. We're gonna ramble and roam. We're gonna see a bunch of leprechauns till it's time to come back home. All right, we got just Dad. We gotta ask Dad. Where do you want to go, Dad? You go anywhere you want it.
Ireland.
Ireland. Okay, we're going to Ireland again. Okay.
Ireland?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ireland. Okay, how about Australia?
Australia. Ireland's a big place. We could all go there twice. Okay, we're going to Australia.
How do you want to go to Australia?
How do you want to get there?
Jetpack. On a shark?
We're going on a shark again? Shark again. Okay. That's a long way for a shark. All right, and what are we going to see in Australia?
Kangaroos.
Yeah.
Kangaroos.
Kangaroos. All right. I want to see a bunch of hopping kangaroos over there. Going on an adventure. We're gonna have some fun. We're getting on a shark. We're gonna ride to the sun. We're going to Australia. We're gonna ramble and roam. We're gonna see some kangaroos till it's time to come back home. All right, Kelly, do you want to make up your own?
Sarah, I know you wish you had taken her.
Have an egg.
Okay.
Let's go to Scotland. Awesome. How are we going to get to Scotland? Oh, cool. Going on a Pegasus. I love that idea. And what are we going to see in Scotland? Mountains. All right. Hey, do you guys know what a Pegasus is? It's a flying horse. Okay, can you climb on your horse and fly on your horse? We're going on an adventure. We're gonna have some fun. We're getting on a Pegasus. We're gonna fly to the sun. We're going to Scotland. We're gonna ramble and roam. We're gonna see some mountains till it's time to come back home. So the advantage of a small audience is you all get a turn with them.
Yeah.
But now it's time to come home. Well, we went on an adventure. We rambled and rode. We went on an adventure. Now we gotta come back home. This song is an old 50s song. Okay? And it's got, no, Sticky, don't hold on, because if I'm strumming it, I'm going to hurt you by accident. So it's got some hand motions that you got to do, because it's very much not about reality. Hang on, we'll do some stories in a second with those puppets, okay? So I'm sure some of you will remember this. It's about a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Alrighty? So you gotta do all those things. One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Alrighty? And if anybody feels like being the backup dancers, you could come up here and do that. Like, I like dancing, but not like that. Alright. Okay. So get ready for this crazy story about a purple people eater. Goes. Well, I saw the thing coming from out of the sky. It had one big horn and one big eye. I commenced to shout, and I said, ooh-wee. It looks like a purple people eater to me. It was a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. Well, it came from the sky and it lit in a tree. I said, Mr. Purple People Eater, don't eat me. He looked at me with the voice of a grunt. He said, I wouldn't eat you 'cause you're too tough. What? eater, one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater, one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater, sure looks strange to me. I said, Mr. Purple People Eater, what's your line? He said, eating purple people makes me feel fine. But that's not the reason that I came to land. I want to join a rock and roll band. He was a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater, one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater, one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater, sure looks strange to me. Well, he jumped from the tree and he lit on the ground and he started to play a really rockin' around. He was playing a song, a crazy tune, going bee bop boo, bop boo ba boo. He was a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater, one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater, one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. Well, he went on his way, and what do you know? I saw him last night on a TV show. He was playing a tune, really knocking him dead, playing rock and roll from the horn in his head. He was a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater, one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater, one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. Alrighty. Well, so, the theme of tonight's program was supposed to be if you can walk, you can dance. And if you can talk, you can sing. But of course, there's these teenagers here going, no.
We can't do either.
But I think that that's also about not being lazy. Okay. So there's a whole lot of stories. Wonderful story. You can come get more. Come get more from the back.
You might have to turn on the camera, Sarah.
Because of the stories?
No, we didn't make people dance.
Oh.
I want to be on the camera.
Well, there's a whole lot of room back there. You can dance. No. So we're going to tell some stories. All these old folk stories were all about not being lazy. Okay? And a lot of them came from... Don't touch the guitar, okay? Thank you. Alrighty. So,
Dude, look at you.
oh, you know what? Let's do this one first. I'm looking at my box of puppets, and I'm thinking, which one first? Alrighty. So, what do you think this guy is?
Santa!
Oh yeah, could be a hillbilly Santa. He's actually a farmer, so hillbilly's right on. Okay. And he's a farmer at a time when there is a very mean and lazy king. Maybe in a little bit, okay? So as we get going, there's a really mean and lazy king, all right? And this king decided that he was not going to do any work at all. He was just going to have all the farmers in the country give him their food. So he went riding out to visit all the farmers with all of his armies and all of his men to help him. And they're all riding along on their horses. You can do that with your shakers. and he came to Farmer Wise's farm. And Farmer Wise was busy out in the fields, as he always is. And the king rode up with all his men and all his fancy horses and all his fancy clothes, and he pulled his horse to a stop and he said, "Hello there, farmer." What is happening there? "Hello there, farmer." Maybe I should be behind that. "Hello there." Oh, it's still doing it. Oh my goodness. It's turning down. Why are you doing that? Last time. "Hello there, farmer." and Farmer Wise says, "Hello there. How nice to see you, Your Majesty. What can I do for you?" And the king said, "Well, I've just put into effect a new rule, and the rule is that you have to give me half of your crop every year." So Farmer Wise says, "Okay. Tops or bottoms, bottoms or tops, What would you like for your share of the crop? And the king says, well, that's ridiculous. I want the tops, of course. And Farmer Wife says, very well, come back in 6 months and you will have your crop ready for you. I will save all of everything that grows on the top. So Farmer Weiss planted potatoes and turnips and radishes and carrots and onions. Anybody know where all those things grow?
In the ground.
Under the ground. But 6 months later, Farmer Weiss was harvesting his food, and he made a big pile of all the stalks and green leaves that were on the top, because that's what the king requested. And over here, he made a big pile of the carrots and the onions and the potatoes and the turnips and the radishes. So, this lazy, mean king comes riding back with all of his fancy men and all of his soldiers on all his fancy horses. And he says, Farmer Wise, I'm here to collect my food. And Farmer Wise said, oh, sir, you requested the tops, and here are the tops. And the king says, well, what's that? And Farmer Wise said, oh, that's the bottoms. That's not what you asked for, but you may have that entire pile right there. Well, the king was not thrilled, but he was still lazy and he was still mean. So the king said, well, just for that, next year you have to give me 3/4 of your crops. And Farmer Wise said, okay, tops or bottoms, bottoms or tops, which would you like for your share of the crop? And the king said, well, of course I want the bottoms. You think I'm going to fall for the same thing twice? So he leaves him alone. Do you think the king learns not to be lazy? Well, that's a very optimistic thought, okay? In the story, no, he just figures out other ways to be lazy. But for us, it's trying to give us the message not to be lazy. Although summertime when you're a teenager, you are allowed to be a little bit lazy. Alrighty, so let's do another story. Let's see. You guys want to help with some puppets?
Yeah.
Okay. So this, hang on. Well, actually sit there and I will hand you a puppet when it's time, okay? Because we're going to start. This is one of my favorite books. Has anybody ever read this book? Do you guys have this here?
I don't think so, no.
No. It's called Anansi and the Moss-Covered Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is funny, yes. Oh dear. Do you want to go get a Band-Aid? Okay. She's bleeding.
I know.
Big Daddy already handled it.
I don't have a Band-Aid, baby girl.
Oh, sorry.
We have one. You want me to go get you one?
Yeah.
I'll go get you one and you stay here and be ready for the puppets, okay? And I'll come back with one.
Okay. So, Anansi, has anybody ever heard any Anansi stories? No.
Okay.
All right.
I'll go get one.
Anansi is a spider that comes from Africa. And Anansi is always getting into trouble. Anansi the spider, clever but... Anansi always tries to play tricks. He's clever, but he's lazy. He loves to eat, but he doesn't want to have to pick it up. So, Anansi is out in the forest, and he's walking down the path, and he sees this big moss-covered rock. And he says, oh my goodness, look at that strange moss-covered rock. Bam! He is out, knocked out, upside down, lying there on the path. He wakes up an hour later with his head spinning. And he stands up and he says, I don't know what happened. I was just walking down the path and I saw this strange moss-covered rock. Bam! He's out again. He wakes up an hour later with his head spinning and he says, I don't get it. Every time I say strange moss-covered rock, bam! He's out a third time. And And he wakes up again and he says, oh, I get it. This is a magic rock. Every time you say, it knocks you out and puts a spell on you. Oh, I can use this. So Anansi thinks, I know that Lion, stand up here and hold up Lions, okay? And look at them, look at the audience. I know that Lion has a big pile of sweet potatoes on his porch, and I really want those sweet potatoes. So Anansi says, I'm gonna go play this trick on Lion. So he goes walking over to Lion's house, and he says, hi there, Mr. Lion.
Hey,
And how are you doing today? Are you feeling hot? Yeah, well, I'm feeling a little hot too, and I thought maybe we could go for a walk down in the woods. Would you like to come with me? Yeah. Okay, good. So Lion and Spider go walking down the path in the woods, and of course, Anansi leads the lion to that path with the strange moss-covered rock. And Anansi says, hey, Lion, look at that. Do you see that? Yeah. What is it?
I don't know.
And Lion says, it's a strange moss-covered rock. Okay, now you gotta smash Lion on the floor because he falls down unconscious. Okay? And Anansi runs off to Lion's porch. And when he gets to Lion's porch, he takes that big pile of sweet potatoes and he takes it back to his house. Well, Lion wakes up an hour later and he says, what happened to me? And he walks back over to his house. Here, let's put his house right here. And he walks back over to his house and he sees all his sweet potatoes are gone and he's like, oh man. So in the meantime, Leah?
Wow, Leah.
Are you ready to go do your puppet?
Leah, come on up.
Leah.
Oh.
Okay, so go stand next to your brother and show everybody the elephant. Show the audience the elephant. So Anansi goes walking over to Elephant's house. And he says, hi there, Mr. Elephant. What's Elephant say?
Ow.
Elephant says, ow.
I just got hurt by the elephant.
How did you get hurt by the elephant?
I stuck my whole hand in it.
Alrighty.
And
Well,
it's been holding it
so
up.
Anansi says, hi there, Elephant. What's Elephant say?
Hello.
How you doing today?
Good.
Good. Are you feeling a little hot though? I'm feeling a little hot.
No.
You're not hot?
No.
Well, you're supposed to be hot because we're gonna go take a walk down in the cool forest. Okay?
I'm not hot at all.
Well, would you like to come with me down to the forest?
You don't go with strangers.
I know you didn't trick me.
You are so right. But in the story, the elephant doesn't know.
Yeah.
So.
I want to stay here with my food.
Okay, well, you know what? So in the story, Anansi takes the elephant down the path, and he says, hey, elephant, look at that. And elephant says, wow, what a strange moss-covered rock. And bam, elephant is out cold. And Anansi runs over to Elephant's house and grabs all of the pineapple that Elephant has. Let's go away.
Let's go.
Oh, we going? All right, you ready? So the walk.
And I had to go slow because I was an elephant.
Okay. So we're going down the path now. Okay. And then Anansi says, "Hey, elephant, do you see that thing in front of you?" What do you say?
Ooh, look at that. I don't know what it's called.
It's a strange moss-covered rock.
That's a change moss-covered rock.
So can you? And there the elephant is out cold. So Anansi runs to the elephant's house, and Anansi takes all of the elephant's pineapples and steals them back to his house. I can't go very far. I'm hooked up to this thing, which I know isn't working at all anymore, so it doesn't really matter. But, so, you ready? So then, while Elephant is waking up, Anansi goes over to Rhinoceros's house. Will you guys come sit over here with those puppets? Come sit over there. All right. And Anansi says,
Did you get knocked
hello,
out
Mr.
too?
Rhinoceros.
So did
How
I.
are you?
I saw that change kind of walk.
Are you feeling a little hot today?
I knocked out.
Would you like to come with me down to the forest for a walk? Okay.
Bill.
And so they go together down the forest. And of course, Anansi leads him to this special path. And there, sitting on that path, is that. So Anansi says to the rhinoceros, hey, you see that?
Look at that strange moss covered
Bam! Out cold.
Thing is like growing.
The person puppets too.
Are we going to use the person puppets too? We could.
Yeah, we.
Sure. Alrighty. So, where was I? Rhino. Right. So Rhino's out cold. Anansi runs to Rhino's house. What do you think? What kind of food do you think Rhino has on the steak? On
I
the
did puppet.
porch?
Oh.
Grass. A big pile of grass. So Anansi grabs that big pile of grass and he takes it back to his house.
He wants to change.
Would you like to do another one?
Can I do another one too?
Yes.
I want.
Well, hang on. Let's leave these guys here because we're going to need them in
No,
a
he
minute.
wants this one. Yeah.
Oh. Woo! All right.
I want this one.
Okay, what is that?
A hippopotamus.
A
Is
hippopotamus.
yours a hippopotamus?
Yes.
Mine's a rhinoceros.
All right. So will you put that one back there? Want to put the rhinoceros down?
Hey. I want Ayo.
Okay, what is that? Oh, don't step over the guitar.
Yeah.
Go that way. There we go.
Big Bill.
All right. So Anansi goes to Giraffe's house. Giraffe. Hello, Giraffe. Anansi goes to Giraffe's house, and Anansi says, "Hi there, Giraffe. How are you?" And what does Giraffe say? And Anansi says, "How are you feeling today?" Good. Are you feeling a little hot though? Would you like to go for a walk in the forest? No. Back to this again. Alrighty. So in the story, Anansi takes Giraffe down the same path, and the same thing happens to Giraffe. And he takes Hippopotamus down the same path, and the same thing happens to Hippopotamus. And he takes the zebra down the path, and the same thing happens to zebra. But then he doesn't realize that the whole time. Will you guys sit down? Oh, the chicken actually goes to something else. There we go. All right, so everybody sit down so you can hear what happens again. So the deer has been watching the whole thing, and the deer knows that Anansi keeps tricking him. So the deer goes and picks a whole pile of coconuts and puts them down on her porch. Because she knows soon enough Anansi will show up. And sure enough, soon enough, Anansi shows up and says, "Hello there, Miss Deer. How are you today?" And Miss Deer says, "Well, I'm just fine. How are you, Anansi?" And the spider says, "I'm doing well, but I am feeling a little hot. Would you like to come with me for a walk in the forest?" And the bush deer says, "I would love to." And they both go walking down that path to that magic rock. And Anansi says, "Oh, bush deer, look at that." And bush deer says, "At what? I don't see anything, Anansi. What are you talking about?" And Anansi says, "That thing right there in the middle of the path. Look at that." And bush deer says, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, what are you talking about, Anansi?" And Anansi says, "Right there. You know what I'm talking about. You just don't want to say it." And bush deer says, "I don't want to say what? What is it that you want me? Tell me what you want me to say, Anansi, and I'll say it. I don't want you to be upset." So Anansi says, "You're supposed to say, and bush deer says, "Okay, there. You happy?" And Anansi says, "No, that's not it. Well, bush deer says, "Okay, what is it then? What am I supposed to say?" And Anansi says, "You know it. Bush deer says, "Okay, you know it. No, says Anansi, "you're supposed to say, 'What a strange moss-covered rock.'" Bam! Anansi's out. So Bush here runs around to all of the other animals and tells them what happened. And they all go to Anansi's house and collect their food and bring it back home. And after an hour, Anansi wakes up with his head spinning. And he realizes that all that food he had collected is...
Orange grass, right?
Yeah, grassy grass. That could work.
Why too much?
So, do you think Anansi learns not to be lazy and not to trick people? No, of course not. What a silly idea. Because if he learned that, we wouldn't have any more Anansi stories. And there's tons and tons of Anansi stories. All right, I'm going to put all these animals back in.
Hey!
Careful. Here, why don't you just hand them to me? I'll do it. Okay. Can you go back to the other side of that? That's actually quite breakable, and I don't want it to break on you. That would be bad. All right, you guys, I think it is time. We could either do another story or a final song. No, I'm going to do, if we're going to do another story, we're going to do one without the puppets. I got another story that I think the bigger
No, stop.
Oh, a song?
Stop.
All right, well, let's end with an old and famous song about the summertime, which is also a lullaby. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Your mama's rich, and your daddy's good. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Well, one of these mornings, you're gonna rise up to see. You're gonna spread your wings, and you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, ain't nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mama standing by. Chair dancing. And let's bring all those shakers up.